So before I begin, I would like to apologize in advance for not having the Soul Calibur 6 review up this week. I got sick and I wasn't able to film because of it. However, I do have this review as a placeholder, and hopefully you enjoy my review of Low Magic Age. Low Magic Age is a game that I've been wanting to review for a while on early access. Unfortunately, all there was to do at the time was the arena mode, so it would have been a 2 to 3 minute review at best. Now that the campaign has been introduced, there's much more content we have to go over. So what exactly is Low Magic Age? It's a turn-based RPG with combat based on the D&D 3.5 rule set. Not exactly, as there are notable changes and they are listed in the FAQ provided in the game. So I'm just going to start off with the arena since it is the easiest to cover, and you can use the default party that's provided for you, or you can create a party. I recommend that you create a party. You can use any of the pre-made characters that are provided, or you can create your own character, which again I'd recommend that you create your own character. When you create a character, you can choose your class or you can use a custom class. Once again, I recommend that you use a custom class just because you can pick your attributes and skills as you level up, unlike a class that just chooses it automatically. It's all about that customization. So the arena pretty much involves fighting a series of challenges. Once all the challenges are completed, you get a boss challenge, then it resets once it's complete. You can also reset this manually if you have enough money to do so. So like I said before, the combat uses a tweaked version of the 3.5 rule set for D&D. It's very tactical. Positioning of units is the key to victory. If you rush ahead too far, you can easily get killed. But there are some serious flaws with the combat. The first one is that the AI singles out one individual and just everyone will aim for that one person. So it doesn't matter if that person's the most valuable, they'll just signal that person out from the beginning. And secondly, which really needs to be addressed going forward, is that certain spells like the sleep spell are just way too freaking overpowered. I mean, if you can just see right here, it can just put all your enemies to sleep and it has a very high chance of succeeding. So you also earn medals and points as you complete these battles and challenges in the arena, as well as money. You can use the medals and the points for upgrades, and these upgrades are worth it as they help you get even more. And also they can help you with crafting and making some better weapons and equipment for your characters. So this would have been it for the review, and I would really have nothing to say in terms of recommendation, but now that we have the campaign mode, there's way more to talk about, and it's very interesting. I wanted to really see what the developers would bring to the campaign mode. So along with choosing your difficulty, there's a ton of options to customize the world. You can really have it the way you want to. You can make a more ravenous world in terms of higher level monsters, and also just make it harder to find like adventurers, quicker refresh of the towns, just a lot to really flesh out the world your way, and it also comes with a random seed generator. So I thought I had to recreate the characters again, but I can actually use the ones that are in the arena. Their level does not carry over, but still it's nice to have the templates that I created and use them for the campaign. So the reason why you're given all these options for the world is because it's pretty much a sandbox. You start off in the overworld and there's a tutorial you can follow, which I recommend. But again, the rest is up to you. It's pretty much wherever you want to go. So one thing to know is that you'll need to visit towns to stock up on supplies because they're consumed each day and when resting outside of an inn. You can also buy items at towns and accept quests. Towns also have adventurers to hire, and they're based on your current level and the refresh with the town. So if you level up, you'll have to wait for the refresh of the town to kick in so you can get higher level adventurers. Sometimes it's necessary to get these adventurers, especially if your party members start dying, but we'll get into that later. So the quests range from delivering items to defeating a certain type of enemy. You're given a lot of time to complete them and a decent reward. It also gains reputation, and reputation affects the ability to obtain trade licenses, as well as how many quests you can have at one time. So the main addition to the campaign are the dungeons. You can explore them and grab treasure and fight monsters. Also, as you explore them in this environment, you can encounter traps that, depending on the highest dexterity and the level of the trap, will give you a percentage of you being able to disarm the trap. So I actually really enjoyed these dungeons, but I do have some issues with them. Specifically, what you find in terms of like in the chests is only slightly better than what you have. there's no like real big treasure to find, as well as no like, you know, a big boss or really tough enemy that's guarding like a massive treasure or something like that. So once you complete it, it doesn't really feel like you've accomplished much. So the combat is pretty much the same, but health isn't automatically recovered after each fight, and also characters who die in battle can be resurrected at a church or buried. Usually I just bury them and find a better adventurer that suits the party, because for many of them, if they did die, it's mostly because they just didn't fit the gel of the party. While I do love a good sandbox, as many of these early access titles are, I feel like the world is pretty lifeless. There's not much in terms of random events. There may be some, I just really haven't encountered any. I think what they should do is take some elements from like Mount and Blade Warband. I mean, that's an amazing sandbox game. In terms of like warring factions, you know, how about like I can just take my party and side with like a town, or probably help like build up a town. I don't know, just give me more of a story, or have it feel like I have more direct influence in the world. Maybe the developers have something like this already planned in the works. I don't really know exactly. But hopefully they just expand on the campaign, because I really do see potential here. So overall, I do believe that much work needs to be done with the campaign, and the combat needs a bit of tweaking as well. But the potential is definitely there. I really am looking forward to the end result, and I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with the campaign. You know, there's a lot of potential for expansion. So far right now it costs $10, but I recommend it when it's on sale. I would say it'd be more comfortable if it's like, you know, they sometimes do like 50% off or 30% off. And I would say at that point, it's well worth the investment, at least for the combat. So thank you guys as always for watching my videos. Hopefully I can get this Soul Calibur 6 review up next week. If not, my apologies. And this is Powerhouse, signing off.